Hello everybody, this is Undead Girl or Tiffany. So today I'm going to do a little craft project. We are going to make mini top hats. These are my favorite little project to do, especially around Halloween, because they're just adorable. They go in your hair, they're adorable. Elsa actually had one on. She liked that one. So we're going to make them. I have different styles, and we're going to start crafting real soon. So let's get into what you're going to need. First thing you're going to need is some cardboard. Pretty thin cardboard or flexible, really thick like cardstock would work. This is going to be for the top of the hat and the brim. Then you're going to need a cup of your choice. I have one from the hotel I work at. It is a paper cup. If you're going to use different glues than hot glue, you're going to want a paper cup. If you're going to use hot glue, I suggest a low temperature so you don't burn your fingers. And you can use a plastic cup like this Dixie cup or this Solo cup. The Solo cup, you can, with a low temp, you can, and it'll leave you a nice brim on the top because you can glue the cardboard on the inside and have a really nice brim. Then you're going to need your fabrics of your choices. I have plenty of fabrics to choose from. I also have felt, which I use also for the bottom of my hats. So, hello, welcome back. So now you can see my hands. I got my cardboard here, a few of my decorative items. My hot glue gun is all warmed up. And so to start, I'm going to actually use the paper cup that makes a hat about this size here. This is Elsa's hat. As you can tell, it's much, much smaller. The way I did this is that this part is actually cardboard like this. I just rolled it. But after you roll that, it's the same technique. It's literally just a thin slice. I rolled and made her a little hat. So to start, I'm going to make my template. I want to make a template for the top of my cup. Each person's going to have a different template, so you're going to have to find what works best for you. But for the top of the cup, it's easy. Whatever cup you have that you're going to use, whether it's this one or the Solo cup, obviously the diameters are different, so you're going to have different sizes. That's why I don't have like a pattern, because it's so simple to make this pattern. I'm using a blue marker so you guys can see that I'm just tracing along as close as I can to the cup. That's for the top. You can mark it. Okay, and as for the bottom, you want to find something that is going to be a couple centimeters bigger than your bottom of your cup. I'm going to use this one today. It's very small because I'm not going to curl the edges. I can go bigger. You know what? Let's go bigger. Let's go with this diameter. See, it's a little bit bigger, so we're going to go with the diameter of the Solo cup. You can use a plate or a compass, and you can actually be precise with a compass. And so you see, we got a nice brim. So this is the bottom. Alright, and then we're going to get the one thing I left out that you're going to need, which I'm sure you have, a pair of scissors. So we're going to go ahead and cut these out. You can put them right next to each other if you want to keep using the cardboard. So you can make, I think I made like 5 hats out of a piece of cardboard. Like I said, this is a really cheap, inexpensive DIY that, I mean, if you don't use hot glue, you could do this with your small children. If you use a low temp hot gun, which I always suggest, you can do this with a bunch of teenagers on a sleepover. Kind of a circus theme or burlesque theme if you're doing a burlesque theme kind of thing. So you're going to cut along the edge. You cut out all your templates. I'm sorry you're going to have to watch this. I might speed this up because I hate when it's like something I know how to do, like cut a pattern or crochet a hook or something, that I have to sit here and watch and listen to somebody talk. So if I'm not talking right now, it's probably because I speed you up. Sorry. I might not, because I'm quite a talker, and good listeners are hard to find, and who's better than YouTube, right? And friends and family. Okay, I got my 2 templates out, got my cup, got my hot glue gun, and I got a little piece of cardboard, keep my table safe from my hot glue gun. I always can never, I'm gonna have to make this a stand, but I got some extra glue sticks because sometimes I go a little hog wild with the glue. So we're gonna start with the top piece, and you're gonna pick out your fabric of your choice. As you can tell, I've already used this to make a hat. So it doesn't use much fabric. I mean, I made like 2 or 3 hats out of 1 piece of fabric. So I'm gonna cut out the squares I need. I'm cutting it a little bigger because you're gonna fold over the edges so that it gives you a nice clean seam. So first thing I like to do, I use the cardboard side, not the shiny glossy side, for the top of the hat. As you can tell, I left, so I can cut that off. Get that out of the way. Okay, make sure it still fits. It still fits. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I was just putting in the middle, but then it kind of shifts. So I'm actually going to start with a line and place it face down. Press it real nice. And why I do it this way is because the table's going to act like a press, and I can save my fingers. So it's going to press it flat, so when it comes on this side, it's not as raised up or bumpy, which is not a problem if you like that kind of thing. So here we go, we're going to go this half, and I like to do little zigzaggies. This is why I waste so much glue, and I like to get right along the edge and then press it down along my table to kind of give it a more flat feeling. Do the other side, which is not much because I already glued half of it, so I'm just going to glue and right along the edge there, and there we go. Actually, you can see the glue coming through the, so I said some of the fabrics. Alrighty, sorry about that, my camera cut me off. So here's what I did. After I got done gluing down here around the bottom, I pulled and glued around the top. The same exact way, I just tucked it under. Now we got the bottom we just need to cover with our fabric. I cover one side with fabric and one side with felt. And you just need a felt about the size of the bottom of your thing. So I just need a little bit of felt, and then the way I attach it, I use a felt pocket. So I'm going to cut off a little piece for a felt pocket, which I can show you here. I don't know if you can see it because it is black on black, but there's like a little pocket here that you can put hairpins in. I think they hold like 100 times better than anything else, and you can also stick clips in there if you like clips. And it's removable, so it can go between whoever is going to be wearing it. So we're just, I mean, look how much fabric I still have left over. And we're just going to grab this one here. There we go. And again, we're going to cut it the same way we did the top of our hat here. We're going to make sure we have enough to pull around without burning our little fingers or phalanges, as my favorite girl on YouTube says. So we're going to go like this. There we go. And again, it doesn't have to be pretty or perfect because you're going to tuck it under, and the perfectness of your circle will cause it to be nice. And we're going to do the exact same thing the way I did it before. And it's very important that this one be tacked down properly because your hat will shift and move on you, and you don't want your hat to shift and move while you're, I mean, it's going to wobble and bobble, and it's just not going to look as pretty as you want it to be. So you definitely want to tack down like the center, and you want to make sure it's nice. It doesn't have to be as smooth because you are obviously put this right on top of it, but you want it to be nice and taut, nice and tacked down, especially in the middle, so that the top of your hat doesn't wobble while you're trying to use it. So I always make sure I tack this down super duper good. Stick another glue stick in. I waste about like 2, maybe 3 glue sticks on one of these projects. I'm just a gluer. I love glue. Glue, glue, glue. So, I mean, it's not overly important to me. You can get like 20 of them for $3 or $4. Some dollar stores even carry glue sticks and glue guns. I know the one by my mother's house in Illinois does. I'm in Montana. The store is pretty far from where I'm at. Takes me like 2 hours to get through the national park here. And then it takes like another half hour to get to like Wally World. So I always buy in bulk. You can buy glue sticks in bulk. It's not a big deal. Either you use them for all your projects, but yeah, her dollar store has them. I don't know why mine doesn't. It's kind of a bummer on my part, but that's okay. So we got our felt piece, which my felt has a little bit of glitter on it. That's because of my box. My craft box has glitter in it. Yeah, like I said, this, you want to make sure you tack this down, especially in the middle, really good. So what I'm doing is I didn't cut anything off of this yet. I'm not folding it over, and you want to make sure your center is nice and tacked down. What I love about felt is that it's soft. It's kind of grippy to your hair. I mean, it doesn't pull out your hair or anything, but it doesn't slide like the fabric will. And also, when you put this piece of fabric in there, you can use your fingers or something to blend it, so you can't really see your patch. Now, you want to get really close to the edge and make sure you got all the way around to the edge of here, because we're going to cut off right up to the edge. So I always make sure my edges are completely all the way to the edge on the felt. I think it just makes it look prettier. Again, you don't have to be so perfect. Nobody is perfect in this life. I'm definitely not perfect in this life. Maybe the next one somebody will give me some perfect, but... So what I do is I'll cut on an angle-ish underneath the rim of the hat, just a little. And this is so that at the top of your hat, you can get all this excess like glue. That's another thing, when you use hot glue and felt, or felt and any glue, it kind of, I don't know, kind of looks messed up a little bit, but there's not much you can do about it. So I'm going to cut this to the size I want. I use bobby pins. Again, you can use a hair clip. If you want to, you can actually just glue a hair clip to this, but I like the pocket method. I just found this out this year that I like this pocket method because I can put a hair clip in it. Or I can, if I'm putting it on the dog, I can put a clip in it. Or a small child, if they're wearing it for a Halloween costume or, you know, something, you can put a... Okay, so I was having some camera issues. I might not use that camera again because of this. So this was the finished one that we were working on. So what I did is, after I put the felt and the little felt pocket on, I glued the bottom to the bottom, the top to the top. Not exactly rocket science here. I'm sorry about my camera cutting out all the time. I decorated it with the large glittery for the band. I put ribbon around the top. You don't have to put ribbon around the top if you are a clean seamstress, but I'm never a clean seamstress. I glued on some decorations as far as the feathers and the flowers. All these decorations I did get from the dollar store. I've gotten, here's my Halloween one, which it actually looks better with this camera than my other camera because you can see the spiders here. When I did this one, I wanted the stripes to be pretty straight in the front, which means in the back they do crisscross, which I gave it a nice little, I liked it this way. It looks really nice. Some netting. This is the dog's one. Get out of the way. You can tell hers is much smaller than the ones that I wear in my hair. Again, she has a pocket on hers. You can't see it because I did blend the pocket in as well as I could, but I use a clip on her I use, this one has a pocket. You might be able to see the pocket better a little right along here. I use hairpins for myself. So after I finish them, they're cute, they're adorable. You can get them to match any outfit. So I prefer black. I love black. So I have black. I have actually more than these. I have one that has a little window in it. I will, maybe I'll stop and go get that one and edit it in so you can see it. But, yeah, so this is the finished project. I think the whole project, I think actually to do all my hats, I probably spent like $20. Couple bucks for the glue, couple bucks for the fabric at Wally World, and I hit up the dollar store for the decorations. The flowers were something I had left over. I have jars that I put fake flowers in up here, but it's winter time. I'm in Montana. My mom's, like I said earlier, my mom's dollar store has like glue. She's got other stuff than I do. I did find the feathers at the dollar store. They are a little bent, but I kind of like them a little bent. It kind of gives it more of a fan look, a little more fanfare-ish look. You can get ones from Michael's that are probably not bent because they're not from the dollar store, but they come in all different colors. I have a whole bag of them. I have netting I got from the dollar store during the Christmas time. So it's a very simple, very cheap project. Great to do. I mean, teenagers would love these hats. I know several people who would love these hats. My mom loves these hats. So they're really nice. Sorry that my camera cut out and you didn't get to see me gluing the top and bottom down, but it's simply glue around the rim and place the top on there. Alrighty, well, I'll go find that other one with the window and I'll put it up here. Hold on. Alright, so I'm back. I actually found my first one I ever made. It's not very decorated. It's old, so the feather that was on here did fall off, but I made this from, again, scrap material I had, and I actually glued, way back then, I glued a clip on it. It's very wobbly when it's on your head with this just one clip, so I like the pocket better. It's less wobbly, but I still like this one. I went for kind of a Mad Hatter theme. Again, this one I showed you earlier, and I got a little Star Wars themed one with the back of the hat is decorated, but the front is not. It's a nice little Star Wars, the one we just made. Look at that. Here's the stripe one I showed you. My red, gold, and white one that I kind of really like this one. It's simple. The bow in the back is cute. The dogs. Okay, and then I found the one with the window in it. And inside is a little witch's seam or a fortune teller's seam. I don't know what you said. I glued a marble in there. And the little potion bottle I actually made with hot glue, and I had some paper to do the inside, and it's actually felt on the outside, with a spider web theme on the top, a little skull on the back. It's simple. As for this here, this is actually the fabric. I just folded it in. This one does not have a pocket on it yet because I haven't worn it, but I folded it to make this brim around the edge. I like that. It's kind of cute. And so for this little tiny mini hat and my witch's hat, which is was a part of my Halloween costume, which I just glued some gems on there. I just took a piece of cardboard and I rolled it. Now, I have a little hard time doing this because I'm doing it one-handed, but I rolled it and glued it around the edges and cut the bottom straight. So when you roll it, you're going to roll it. Let me roll it, and I'll get back to you. Hold on. So you're going to roll it. This is a little sloppy, and then you're going to cut off the bottom here, and then you get the top part of the witch's hat. And the same thing goes for here. It's just a piece of cardboard rolled around. I may have used a toilet paper roll that I cut down. I'm not quite sure. But those are all my hats that I made. Like I said, they're very simple. You can go crazy or keep it simple. Whatever, which way you want. But There you go. Bye, YouTube. Actually, I can probably flip you guys around. Bye, YouTube.